Hey guys, Josh, Happy Little Landscapes, back again. 11 by 14 inch black canvas, liquid clear, far off galactic clouds, 3 planets, 4 moons, 15 different colors. Obviously, you want to learn how to paint this painting. That's why you clicked on the link. So, without any further ado, we're going to get going. Check the description down underneath. I'll list the colors, I'll list the brushes that we used, and we're going to get rocking and rolling just like this. Hey guys, today we've got our liquid clear. I normally do this before I start filming, but I wanted to show you guys just in case you've never seen it or don't know how to do it. Liquid clear is very much like syrup. Look at that, just very slowly dripping down, right? Only need the tiniest bit to do a black canvas. This black canvas was painted over. My daughter did some crazy stuff on it. She didn't like it, so she's like, Dad, go paint on this. So I painted it in liquid black, let it dry, and now we're gonna put liquid clear on it. Right? Again, just the smallest amount that I dipped in to my little jar, okay? Only takes a few seconds. You can cover the whole canvas, back and forth, just like we do with liquid white. But obviously this is clear. Very hard to see. It becomes very sticky, the canvas. You can feel how the brush drags over it, right? And then it'll look very patchy. It never looks very like symmetrical or the same when I do it anyway. Mine's nice and old. It's almost done actually. Only have a little bit left, so I may need to order some more. And I usually find mine on like Amazon and stuff. So we've done that. We've covered over our whole canvas with liquid clear. Right, sides, bottom, everywhere. Just try to make it as uniform as possible. And again, mine always seems to look a bit patchy every time I do it. Then we're going to take some paper towels. All right, just going to wipe the majority of it off. You don't need a lot. It's still nice and slick and wet to the touch, so we don't need to do anything. You can see what we've taken off of it. And then the very last little bits that remain are all that you need. We've got about 15 colors today. Might not use them all. It's going to be real quick. I'm trying to go for like 25 minutes-ish, okay, of actual painting. So we have the magenta, the sky blue, the purples. Those are from the MagicFly set. Rose and pink also from the MagicFly set. Everything else is a Bob Ross color, okay? So if you don't have MagicFly yet, or you haven't bought the set, I think it's only like $20 for the 40 pieces. So we have Phthalo green, sap green, Phthalo blue, crimson, midnight black, titanium white, Indian yellow, cad yellow, yellow ochre, and bright red. Almost all of the Bob Ross colors besides the browns. That's all you're gonna need. This dang Phthalo green always seems to run on me, okay? So again, we're gonna do this real quick little thing. Nothing too crazy. A couple planets, some far off gas. That's gonna be about it. You guys have seen my little trick with the red solo cup to make planets, but I also have a Red Bull can here. You can use a regular soda can or whatever, but I figured that the size of the bottom might be cool for this smaller canvas, and we could make maybe kind of 2 planets with some gas in between or something like that, okay? Always when you're doing liquid clear, you want to make sure your brush is super dry. So after we use our gently used Jasco brush cleaner cups that I had, and feed it into our beater bucket, right? Get a beater bucket, throw something down in the bottom of it. Just helps you beat the devil out of the brush and keep your house nice and clean, right? But again, with liquid clear and paint thinner, they don't mix. So don't go back up and try to do your, blending or anything like that. You always want to make sure that your brush is very, very dry. So for that, we normally just dry it off on a paper towel. Is all I'm doing down here on the table where you can't see. It's just drying it with a paper towel, getting it nice and dry, both sides, back and forth. Just beat the devil out of this brush. All right, you guys know me for our space scenes. We normally start with a filbert brush because we're so far off in the distance, right? I don't even know what colors we're going to use today, so let's just go into the phthalo blue, snag a little bit of that white so it's nice and bright right here on the brush. And then, who knows, let's just make this crazy, like, far off spacey cloud, okay? Just drag it down, do whatever you want to do. Take our 1-inch brush, Come back in and just very, I mean, with a little bit of pressure, right? Because the liquid clear is a lot stickier than the liquid white, at least mine is for being old. So a little bit of pressure, kind of pushing on there. I'm just going to blend out this cool little spacey looking blue cloud, okay? Now why don't we come in, we'll get some of that purple from the MagicFly set. I'll put it in with our little spaced out cloud. Come back in again, just blend these two together. Not a very big difference, but people will notice this little difference in color when we go to, you know, when they're looking at it for the details. Maybe a bit of crimson in here. Who knows? Whatever you got, that's what you use, okay? A little bit of a crimson color right in between our two clouds. If you ever want to take anything and have it extra bright, maybe just stay on the edge of that crimson. Right in between, maybe there's a bit of bright down here. You never know. You never know where light is going to hit in space, right? Just kind of mix those up. That white will kind of mix in with our purple that's underneath as well. All right, I'm going to take them, slide them to the side and go up. You can go to the side and do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want to do, man. A little bit of the white and the phthalo green, right? I love this phthalo green when we're in space. It is so pretty. Such a pretty color. Especially when we're doing these kind of spacey, far-off clouds, right? Get some of that phthalo green, mix it up. Mix it up. Always save dark spaces in between your space, right? You want to have these differences in color. You don't want to have everything look the same. Right? Come to the side again. Kind of swipe it over. And I thought maybe we'll take that phthalo green and this empty Red Bull can. I mean, you could use a full one if you want to, but let's try that. Maybe down, well, if we're going to have our bigger planet over here, why don't we have the Red Bull can over here? You know what I want to do first? It's a shame to waste all that paint and wipe it off. Let me fill in some more colors around here though. Maybe the yellow ochre, right? Get some of that yellow ochre. Again, haven't washed the blending brush one time yet. Right. Again, leave space in between. Gotta have space in between your spaces. Space in between the space. Okay? That's a little bit better. Now right here in this kind of brighter area, we're going to take our can and just stay around the edges. Try not to let it move. Alright, stay around the edge. Come up underneath. Grab it over here and just try not to let the can move. That's the biggest thing, right? Otherwise you won't have this perfect circle. We're going to stay along the edge just right here where we kind of messed it up just a bit. Now we got this cool looking near perfect circle of phthalo green and white. Phthalo green and white, baby. Much easier than trying to do it, you know, on your own and make a perfect circle like that. Get rid of some of that color. Grab some of the white and some of the cad yellow. Right? Maybe we'll decide that the sun is coming, or the light is coming from this side today. Just kind of grab it and just pull it over in like a little arc motion. When we zoom in, you'll be able to see it. Right? A little down, a little swipe like this. And just those differences in color is what people are going to see. You're going to go, oh, it's green, but it's not all green. A little bit of white. It seems like when I do this, there gets to be a point where I'm watching it back on the video and I'm like, stop painting, and then I just keep doing it and kind of keep going with all these colors, right? You gotta stop yourself. It starts looking really cool, and then you continue to do it. And then you might look back at it later and go, dang, I wish I would have just stopped right there, right? Just do a little bit more yellow, just to kind of have it stand out in certain places. Same kind of downward motion, but we're only covering about half the planet. Well, maybe 2/3 of the planet. You don't want it everywhere. Just like that, we got this cool little greenish, yellowish planet. You can take, if you want to, put some white at the very top. And that'll be like our little snow-capped poles. Let me try to do it at the bottom here too, if we needed to. Maybe you can't see the bottom of this one, but you got this little snow cap right on the top of the north pole of our planet, right? Maybe this planet's got a nice little bright blue little moon around it. So we use the sky blue from the MagicFly set. Don't really need to add much white to this because it's very bright all on its own. And then just because I want to get nice and close and make a little circle here, we're going to put the yardstick up, and that way we can rest our hand on it, right? Just going to color in this nice little bright blue moon. Grab a bit of our titanium white, right, and just fill it in around, but you still want to have this dark circle of blue around your little white moon right there. Maybe this moon's got its own little atmosphere. It's looking really neat, you guys. Maybe just for giggles, just to show you guys how to do a different one with your filbert brush, you just went into the bright red and the titanium white, both Bob Ross colors. We'll come up here like this and try to stay out of your way, right? We're going to flatten it out and then rotate it around until it makes this perfect circle. And we're kind of pushing hard against the canvas, rotating these bristles, trying to stay inside of our lines, just like that, right? Now we got this kind of pinkish reddish planet off in the distance. Take some of that rose color. Right, if all the light's coming from that side, maybe there's a big sun over here off of our canvas that we can't see. Some of that rose color, just kind of blend that in. Again, only about doing, about half or 2/3 of the planet. This one you got 2/3 in light, this one maybe you got 2/3 in the shadow. Magenta from the MagicFly set is a very cool shadowy color too. It's like a shadowy red. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You want to have it look different, right? You can see the differences in color right in here. Very bright into the shadow over here. Come back into our red and come from this other side and just kind of mix those bits. And it'll look like there's maybe there's some far off, clouds that are just whipping around the planet so fast we can't even see them. Okay, I want to get a little bit of liquid white just on the edge of our fan brush, and then we can come off the side of our palette and just flick in these far off stars in different places, right? Just try to keep them up here for right now. We don't want them to mix in with the stuff that we're going to do down here yet. I'm not going to have any mountains in this one, just going to be a few planets, maybe a bigger planet, maybe a bigger cloud down here. Somewhere. And then we'll flick in the rest of our stars, okay? Maybe up in there. Oh look, we got this long streak. It looks like a shooting star. And it just happens on its own when you flick this fan brush. Pretty much all I use this fan brush for. This is an Artist Loft Sorrento. What's it? Fan Eventail number 6, level 1. Just a little, nice little flimsy little flicker of stars. This is all I really use it for. We haven't really used the pink yet from the MagicFly set, so maybe let's go over here and we'll put like a little pink moon off of this guy. It's pink and the titanium white together. And these MagicFly colors are very wet compared to the very dry Bob Ross paint. So they're perfect for highlighting, doing bushes, stuff like that. Or highlighting planets or moons. Right? Nice little pink little moon off there. Trying to use every color we can think of today. Haven't used the sap green yet, so we'll go into the titanium white and the sap green. Right off here. Nice little bright. Maybe this guy's a little bit bigger. He's just orbiting closer to that planet. And then bam, you got these differences in color, right? People are going to look and go, well, that green's different than this green, and that green, and this green, and then the red, and the pinks, and the purples. That's why I love using so many colors. And when you're in space, you can literally do whatever you want. And if you see my last space video, I must have said that about 60 times. That's cool. We got these bits of galaxy, this far off dust, you know, bits of stars kind of sprayed in there. This big old planet from our Red Bull can, right? And then we're going to come in and make our monster planet with our cup too. I didn't even really need to get the midnight blackout. I don't know when, unless we have to go back and kind of cover something and fix, you know, add some dark space in between. I doubt that we're even going to use it. But the Indian yellow is looking a little bit lonely. He's the one guy we haven't used yet. And maybe we'll mix in with some yellow ochre, a little bit of Indian yellow, maybe a little bit of cad yellow. All the Bob Ross yellows right on the same brush. All right, I don't want it to be too close to that. So why don't we get some red, maybe the magenta. All these different colors, all on this little brush, all at the same time, okay? And then why don't we come in, if our big planet's going to be over here, we're going to have something for him to sit inside of, right? So we'll just have this big, look at all those different beautiful colors. Look at that. That is a pretty looking piece of work right there. All right, I'm going to blend all these down. You can do it with your filbert brush so you can keep some of those dark areas in between. All right, maybe this guy comes up even over here. You never know. We can just finish it off with this big orange guy down here. Right? Always want to leave some black. We're on a black canvas for a reason, because we need to have that black. Okay, come back in with our little 1-inch brush. Still haven't cleaned it at all from the first time that we started blending up here, okay? Stay along the edges of that. Try not to come out of our lines. Don't want to over mix. Want to leave some of this dark color in there with it. Right? That is, again, is why we're on a black canvas. You gotta have dark in order to have light. Okay? Who knows? We got some crimson and some titanium white. Maybe there's another huge bit of cloud that comes in crossing this one over here. Right? Don't really want to have them on a downward, on a straight across kind of level. You want to have them sort of going down, like they're, you know, crisscrossing in between. And again, keep some dark spaces. Just with that crimson and white, we get this cool looking pink color. Again, stay inside your lines. Don't overmix. Don't cover all the darks. Come in with our sky blue, maybe. We got along the edge, we got this sky blue. Maybe it connects underneath. Maybe it comes down here. Never know. Get the magenta, throw that magenta in there because it's nice and dark. Very pretty dark color. Again, we'll come in, still haven't washed the brush. Alright, just kind of mix those very lightly together. Don't want to have them, you know, all the same color. We're just trying to disturb what the paint looks like. And if you painted with me before, you know what I mean. We're just kind of disturbing what it looks like, so we don't have these, you know, big thick lines of brush strokes and stuff like that. You can take our old 2-inch brush, throw it off like that, throw this guy this way. Now we got this wicked space scene with all these different colors. We even went over one of those little stars, turned into a shooting star. It's awesome. Looks awesome. Right, anytime you want to brighten areas up, just throw some titanium white in there. Give it a little bit of difference, right? Differences in color. That's what I'm always preaching. Gotta be different. You want to have these cool little things bouncing off each other all over the place, right? You do not want to have the same bland color up into your sky, okay? Or into your space, or whatever we want to do. All right, now the time to decide what the big planet, what color that's going to be. We got all these cool colors up here. We can do like a blue one. So we can take this and just kind of mix it in a bit more. There we go. I just hate having hard lines. You know me. Do not like hard lines. I lied, we will use the black because I want to have some of that black down in here. I want to have this corner nice and dark. And so just throw some of that dark in there. Keep everything nice and dark. Over the sides of the canvas for the buyer, right? Gotta have it on the side for the buyer. Mix all that in. So if you want to see what it looks like on the sides, you're gonna have to buy it, right? Etsy.com/shop/happylandscapeart. Go buy this sucker. Go buy it. There we go. Nice little cool little cloud over there. We don't even need to really mix that one. Just swipe it, throw it off to the side. Alright, what color are we going to do this big planet now is the question. What color, what color? We can throw them right in here. We can throw them down off the side so it's only like an arc. We throw them over here, but I don't want it right underneath that one. So I think we're going to put them right off of here. Just like that. Have that shooting star flying past it. And it'll look really cool. But what color? What color should we do? I wish I would have saved those colors. I love these colors. Let's see, said the blind man. 24 minutes. It's going to be a nice little short video. Alright, we're going to go right into our Phthalo blue. It's the brighter of the blues, but against this, it's going to be very dark Phthalo blue. We're going to throw our cup there. And then just come in around our cup. And then around the bottom. Again, trying to keep the same amount of bristles against the canvas at all times, right? Just like that. Bam. Now we got this very bright, I mean it's a dark blue, but we're going to have this wicked difference in color bouncing off of these colors down here. It's going to look really awesome. Okay, we're going to fill all that in. The reason why I chose blue down here with these yellows is it'll go green, and I really want to have it some kind of green color down here. You can get the white and the phthalo green, right? Mix it in, cover it up, not put the same amount on you know, everywhere. We can take the sap green, throw the sap green in there, throw the bright blue in there. And when we come in, we can do the same technique that we made with our filbert brush with your 1-inch brush, right? Or your 2-inch brush, whatever you want to do. Take it, let the bristles bend, and you can make this circle. Okay, start on the inside, then slowly go to the outside as you work your way around. Right, we can come in this way. Just like that. And then you'll have this outer layer of blue. You know, it's almost like a sinking in this rainbow of colors down here. It's your outer layer of dark blue, and you got some lighter, then you got some green on the inside, and then we can go back and highlight it with whatever colors we want. Get some yellow ochre and some Indian yellow, some cad yellow, I mean. Come in like this. The more you mix, the more it's going to go green. So it's your white and your cad yellow. You can really make it kind of pop against this dark blue color. We'll just make these kind of wavy clouds around this little blue planet. Come in here. It's right up against the edge. And again, we're making these little J shapes, right? Paint with Josh, make a J shape. Doesn't have to be perfect. You don't even have to do this other side. You could literally leave it like that. It looks like these clouds that are just whipping across the planet like that. You can go straight into your phthalo green, right? And a little bit darker. If you leave this layer of blue around it, it'll look like an atmosphere around the planet. Just kind of mix those in. Not too much. Again, we're leaving this little layer of blue around the outside. Even if you don't over mix it, that looks amazing right there. Let's try some of that magenta color, right? And there's like a band. It's a band of magenta that runs across this color. Over here. Again, it doesn't have to look like anything you've ever seen before. You can literally make it up right as you go along. All we're doing is just kind of grabbing it very lightly and pulling, same kind of J motion. And we've got all these different colors inside of our little bluish greenish planet there. You can take that phthalo green if you wanted to. Just go around the outside. Phthalo green and white around the outside of our planet, and it'll give it this even brighter color of an atmosphere. Some of these yellow clouds. I don't really like that magenta color in there, so we're going to take some yellow ochre, throw that in. Yellow ochre, cad yellow. Stay along the edge. Just like that, guys. Got a cool little painting. Take some straight up white again, make the little snow cap at the top. Totally up to you. Didn't like that? Come in again with your little J shapes, little J motion. Swipe it over. Still having some of these dark colors in there, right? Come in with our last little bit of liquid white. Just smear it onto the edge of your palette like that. And then just come in and just throw some stars in these far off galaxies back here. Whatever shape you want to do. Over here, just kind of get rid of that guy that came across our planet. Swipe a couple of these over that hit the planet on this side. Come this way. Take some of these. Just shoot it off just like that, like a shooting star, right? This guy over here. He's going that way. One thing we're missing right here. And that's just a little moon. It's a little moon for this big old planet, right? He's sort of a big moon because he's a little closer to us than the rest. Purpley moon. Keeps growing on me. Make him a nice up close, big old moon. Alright, just let the brush rotate. I like that. A little purple, a little white. Maybe only on half of it, just like that. Well, got ourselves a completed painting, guys. Took about, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes, maybe less. And a nice little 11 by 14 inch canvas that we knocked out. So I really enjoyed painting it. Go to my shop, etsy.com/shop/happylandscapeart. Of course, subscribe to my channel, right? Find me on Facebook at Happy Landscape Art, which will take you to Happy Little Landscapes. And you can search Instagram for Happy Little Landscapes at Happy Little Landscapes, right? Besides that, I had a great time with you guys. Hope you enjoy this. Hope you try painting one like this. And again, you don't need all the same colors. You know, we can kind of do whatever we want, really. It doesn't have to look like mine. It can be a different color. Everything can be different about it, right? Just trying to show you some cool techniques about how you can paint space. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to say goodbye because we always ramble on too long at the end. So, you guys have a great day, and we'll see you later. Oh, man. What a magic trick, right? Stop. Don't do that. Hey, guys. Josh, Happy Little Landscapes. Little dabs of paint on the palette, right? Nothing too crazy. Nice, great little beginner paint. Down below, you'll find all the colors and all the brushes that we used today. And we're gonna... One more time. That's so fucking stupid. That was so good, too. It was going so good. And then I screwed it all up. Trying to fucking do a video. Okay, so if you're ready to do, get going, so I know why you're here. You click the link. You want to get painting. Let's get going. Oh my God. Seriously, the last time I fucking hate doing this. Nice, perfect circles on your planets. Oh my God. And I'm going crazy. Right off in the distance on a little black canvas. God. Okay, I think within those, I should have something that I can use, right? Something!